JafriQ Radio.
You're listening to Home Sweet Home on JafriQ Radio.
Your online radio. The new online radio that makes you happy.
You've been kept down for much too long. Stand up, please, and say I am free. Don't forget you are welcome home, welcome home.
JafriQ Radio.
Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land. All will be happy and gay. Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land.
You're listening to Home Sweet Home on JafriQ Radio. You're listening to Homes Radio.
You are always welcome home, welcome home.
Your online radio. The new online radio that makes you happy.
You've been kept down for much too long. Stand up, please, and say I am free. Don't forget you are welcome home, welcome home.
JafriQ Radio.
Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land. All will be happy and gay. Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land.
You're listening to Home Sweet Home on JafriQ Radio.
Hello, viewers. This is your favorite program, Home Sweet Home. We sincerely apologize for the delay. It was due to the circumstances beyond our control, and I know you have forgiven us. Yes, one of our panelists too will be late a little today, so he will join us as we go along with the program. Don't forget that this program is sponsored by Bayside Modeling Agency, the Church of Pentecost Japan, Zion Company Limited, AfroKids Japan, Simon Noble Solicitors, Turmeric Hotel at East Legon in Accra, Ghana, Willie Knox Jeans, and 1225 Jeans, the best clothing line in town. And this program is streaming live on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
This is JafriQ Radio.
And YouTube. So all that we want you to do is just like our page and then share with your friends so that they will be benefit from this program. If you have not subscribed yet, subscribe and share so that you can be part of this.
This is JafriQ Radio.
Family. Home Sweet Hope, we have nothing to give you but the best. As I always said, marriage is sweet, but if care must not be taken, if not handled with care, it will be bitter. So, our agenda, our goal, our motive is that every home enjoy the second heaven on earth. We don't want every home to enjoy the second hell. No. So all the things that we are saying, we are helping each other so that we'll make corrections where we find fault. And those that we are good, we just do it the more so that our homes will become very peaceful and sweet. Now, I have with me here my ultimate boss, the CEO of Bayside Company Limited, Zion Company Limited, Africa's Japan, and JafriQ Radio. He is here with me. He is the producer, the executive producer also. And I have my able engineer, Mr. Clemsy, with me, and this program produced by Mr. POD. He will soon join us. So, my boss is here with me, and today we will have this. Today it's a male affair. So, I want all females, all women to contribute. If not, I mean, they will tell us the things that we don't know. Okay, so today's topic is living with our house help. Those who help us in our homes, maid servant, male servants that help us.
This is JafriQ Radio.
About them. Is it necessary to employ the service of maid servant or house help? And if it is necessary, what are we going to do that will benefit both of us? As the owner and the house help. So we are going to talk about it shortly. And I have Mr. You can call him P.O.P., but his real name is Nana Yao Enin. So, Nana, Afisha Pabio. Yes, 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 Amen, amen. Today he has blessed us with another brand new day, and Home Sweet Home is on, and you have heard a lot. So today it's another topic altogether that we want to discuss. All these things, all the things that are, causing a little troubles in our home. We just want to address it so that everyone will be aware. If someone is a maid, he or she will know his responsibility, her no-go zone, and the things that she or he has to do to help the home, and also the couples, also what they have to do so that they will enjoy peace in their home. So, what do you think? Employing the service of maid or house help, is it necessary? To your opinion?
To my opinion, well, first of all, let me greet your viewers and listeners.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. This is me, Nana Pop, and I always thank you for listening and watching JafriQ Radio TV.
Yes.
We are here to give you the best as we can do. And back to your question.
Okay.
To employ
The
a
service
house
of
helper.
house help. Yeah.
Yes, I think it's very necessary to do, because there are a lot of stuff that there are a lot of stuff that you cannot do it by yourself.
Okay.
You really need help. That someone should help you. So in that sense, I think if there is somebody
Okay.
that can help you to be able to do your household or to keep your
Choice, yeah.
household, I think it's very necessary.
So, wow, it is necessary.
I think so. It's very
Yes.
necessary, because
And
sometimes you
looking-
become very tired, right?
Looking at the tight schedules nowadays.
Yes.
Yeah, with people going up and down now. There is a saying in my local dialect, "Ejakrojen framba ebu." So now male and female we work, both
So-
wife and yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes the work schedule becomes so very difficult when the children also comes in,
Right.
I think employing the service of house help is very, very necessary.
Very, very necessary.
So, if it is necessary, who do you think it is good to employ? For example, maybe should I employ somebody from my family to help me, or just outsider? When I'm saying outsider, someone who is not in your bloodline.
Right.
Let me say that.
You know, sometimes if you employ people, from my experience, right?
Okay.
And the stories that I've heard before,
Okay.
if you employ people from your blood side,
Okay.
sometimes it brings problem to your marriage
Oh, I see.
because they get closer to you enough, and they pass over information to the family.
Okay.
Things that your family don't need to know.
Oh, okay.
They try to pass information to them, and sometimes it causes a lot of problems to the marriage. For example, you know, like, for example, me, I'm a man, and I'm married to a woman. And then I will employ, let's say, my nephew,
Okay.
or my nephew or my niece to come and, stay with us to help, and then, take care of him in school and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Then maybe my wife will have an attitude, or will have a character that my wife doesn't show it to my mother or to my family people. But
This is
at home,
JafriQ Radio.
It happens.
Yeah, yeah.
It comes out. Then he will see that, and then maybe inform the parents,
Okay.
my parents, and then there will be
Just a
a little trouble, problem to the marriage.
Okay. So, to your opinion, you think employing the service of outsider
It's
is
better.
far better
It's better.
than
Yes. And if you employ an outsider, let's say you have 90% control of the person.
This is JafriQ Radio.
Tell the person when he or she does something wrong.
Okay.
You can fire him, or maybe talk to him for him to be serious at work. But work is work, though. But if it's a bloodline, especially in my country, it's like, oh yeah, busia, fache. At the same time, meanwhile, he is trying to destroy something in your marriage.
Okay.
You understand? Yeah.
All right. So you think employing the service of outsider will be more helpful
Will be more helpful
than a family.
a family. But it all depends, though, because, for example, me myself, when I was 12 years old,
Okay.
my sister took me, or borrowed me, or I don't know, from my mom.
Yeah, it's the responsibility of you.
So I was staying with my sister and her husband
Okay.
since I was 12 years old, even before they really get married and have all these the younger brothers born.
Okay.
I was staying with them. And at 12 years old, I'll go to the market with my sister. I help my sister. Everything that she asked me to do, I did it.
Okay.
If there's something wrong, I don't go and tell my mom. I keep it, But we have some kids or some people who are like that. But we have some other, on the other hand, we have people that will be, talk, that try to bring
Problems
Yeah.
to their house. Yeah, you've just drawn my attention to something. I think male servants are more, let me say, should I say of good character than maid servants. Yeah, because what am I saying this? For example, when you employ the service of your relative, normally in the male side, you can have more confidence,
Right.
let me say this, in them than in a female side.
If you say confidence, what do you mean? Like
Confidence means you don't fear. Whatever you do, you can be open up. Yes, to them without any sort of
suspicion.
yes,
To suspect something.
Yeah. That they are going to, report you or something. Males are not of that caliber. Yeah, considering comparing the two, see that women talk a lot, and everything that we see, we pass comment on it, and I don't know what to say. It's like something that it's the women thing, and we see it as normal. Yeah. So I think as you have a typical example of being with your sister for so long, and there was no problem.
There was no problem
in their marriage, because there are certain things you could see that your sister would do to you. You might not be happy, but there is no way you will go and report your sister to your mother.
Yeah, I remember one day my sister said I was like 15 years old. And then she asked me to cook spaghetti because Mr. Yano really likes spaghetti.
Oh, okay.
And those days we have this corned beef, you know that corned beef?
Yeah. The bigger ones.
The big one. So I buy the corned beef. I go to the market, buy the corned beef, buy the spaghetti, and I cook it. It was so cooked.
Oh, okay. Overcooked. Okay.
And Mr. Yano was like, "Oh, that spaghetti, I mean, David, what is this type of spaghetti?" And my sister get mad.
Wow.
And she throw the enquanta on me.
Oh.
So, but I didn't tell my mom. I didn't go and report.
She hit you with the ladle.
The ladle. Oh, so we call enquanta in English ladle.
Yeah.
Hey, what about the one that you put on the door, the wall and you climb?
It's a group of spoons. But everyone has a name.
Okay. Yeah. So, and then, but I didn't report to my mom.
Yeah.
But if it were to be
a female,
as you said, maybe
said a lot.
It will bring a lot of problem.
Yes.
To the marriage.
Yes, not to the marriage alone.
To the house.
But to the family.
To the family, yeah.
Yeah, the extended family also. So I think employing the service of your relative is fine, but we have to be selective.
Very selective. And as I was saying, you were talking something about the difference between men and women. I have another experience.
Okay.
When my let's say when I was like 17 years old.
Okay.
My sister, when we moved from a smaller house to a bigger house, so my sister decided to bring her father's side sister.
Oh, okay.
Ne?
Okay.
And she came.
All right.
And hey, as you are saying, trouble here,
yes,
trouble there, trouble everywhere. Even if she cleans the hall, the living room, and my sister doesn't like the way she clean it, and laying a complaint, it's a trouble.
Yes.
And it came to a time that she was trying to even lose herself, to be attractive to my sister's husband.
It happens, so that's why women we need to be extra careful who we employ as a house help. And we're going to talk about it, certain things that we shouldn't allow our house help to do for us. Yes. When we will come to the responsibilities.
Okay.
And that one is just destroying a lot of homes. Because our men, how, they are, let me say, it's natural. Men are the type when they see women in a certain mood, their attitude change. Yeah, and they can be easily carried out by that. So it's very important to know we have to set the boundaries, a no-go zone for especially the female servants,
right?
Which is our maid servant,
right?
And I think as we are discussing, at the end of it, we will know where we have to allow them to go, and where we do not, we haven't allowed them to be. All right. So Nana also has an experience with staying with she was a relative, and she doesn't care to, lose herself.
This is JafriQ Radio.
Sister's husband, which is very serious. A lot of people has talked about it, and I think some were complaining that I brought my sister in to my house, and now my sister is having affairs with my husband. It happens a lot. It happens a lot. About a week ago, I saw a video. A lady who stayed with her sister, and she was on radio, TV, talking about it, how sorry she was. She said she had an affair with her sister's husband for over 7 years. Initially, it started like she said her sister's husband threatened her, and he raped her. That was the story of the lady.
Wow.
Yeah, but as times goes on, she gave in to the sister's husband, which the sister had no idea of it, according to the lady.
Wow.
Said the sister used to travel a lot. And when she left her with the husband, then they are another marriage couple.
Wow.
So marrying two sisters in the same house, and they have had like 4 abortions without the knowledge of the sister. And what the lady said,
wicked.
Very wicked. The lady said when in presence of her sister, the man behaved as if she doesn't like her at all. Always when she is with her sister, she tried to talk harshly with her. So the sister,
the girl?
Yes. The sister had no idea that this thing can
It's
happen.
going on. Wow.
Until she got the pregnant 5th time, and she decided not to abort it. And it was so, she was just complaining bitterly, and she was crying. A lot of messages came. People were, bashing on her that it happens, you have a relative. You could have reported your sister's husband to them so that they will know, especially your mother,
Right.
to handle the case. You have sat down until you get the 5th pregnancy. Then now you are complaining because you don't want to abort the pregnancy.
Wow.
Yeah, so
This is a big case.
It's happened to our men, and I don't know what. You are men here. Please tell me what.
Elder
is
just
that,
came, so you have to.
that feeling, because I always women are not like that. We barely give in to certain things like that. Mr. POD, you're welcome. Viewers, as I said earlier, Mr. POD has joined us, and it's proper we introduce him. So, Mr. POD, your viewers are listening to you.
Yeah, what should I even say? I think I just came in, like you said, and we are talking about maidservants, right?
Yes. Living with a maidservant.
And I think you were giving an example. I don't know if you can repeat the story that he said. It was about someone who...
Yeah, that one I saw on I think Facebook or YouTube. Yeah, that the lady was complaining that she was living with her sister. And her sister used to travel a lot. And she started like they were very poor. They were very, very poor. And the man came in and he rescued the family from poverty. And the sister became a very big woman travel abroad here and there with business. So she was with her sister's husband.
Yeah.
And she said one day the sister's
This is
husband
JafriQ Radio.
tried to rape her, and he raped her.
Wow.
So she said she gave her a warning that if he tells anybody, he will kill her.
Oh, wow.
That was what the lady said. And they were in a relationship for 7 years.
So it means that she's also.
So along the line, she
Yeah.
gave in. I think so. I think so, because you cannot be in a relationship with your sister's husband for 7 years under the same roof with your sister. Yeah. So we were talking about, is it good to employ the service of house help?
Honestly,
I need your contribution
yes.
on that line. also.
Depending on the story that you are saying, in taking from that angle. Okay, in the first place, I want to greet our viewers.
Okay.
Yes, I think if they are not there, we are also not there. This is
Yes.
cheap, bro. For money, so we're greeting all of you, and we thank God that it's another opportunity here. Coming back to the topic about maid servants, honestly, it would have been prudent in order not to generate any problem or any issue. You live together with only your husband, or maybe you're together with the kids.
Okay.
But sometimes certain situations may
Yes.
force you to need an assistant.
That's right.
Mhm. So originally, no one plans to have an additional someone as a servant. But when someone marries, he knows that it is the wife or the husband that is married. But I think this aspect, in terms of maid servant, I think I'm yet to know whether we have men servant. I don't know how.
Yeah, we have
that.
What we
But
call
mostly,
them
I
is
think
house help.
House help.
Yeah, and
okay.
we normally call them house boys, and a house girl and house boy. Yeah.
Yes, but predominantly the maid servants.
The maid servants are, yes.
Yes. It's sometimes the house boys and other, they are not into cooking, and they are
Exactly.
into
It's
maybe
just
cleaning the
cleaning,
houses, and some to some extent, some even being drivers and other things.
Yeah.
So, in normal circumstances, or depending on experiences and other things, I think it would have been prudent for new couples or couples to live alone without maybe having an additional person as a servant.
Okay.
Yes, because this servant issue has a lot of effects.
That's right.
Yes, there are certain things that you may not even imagine, and later, and other problems that may come in. You know, when you take the servant, it takes a lot.
Yeah.
You can even consider the age of the person. Some being young, some to some extent, some may even be, in quote, be beautiful more than the wife.
The wife. More with
Yes,
Coca-Cola
some with that shapey and other things.
right.
Yes.
Elder, you're trying to say you don't need a servant in your house if you are.
No, not that you don't need a servant, but there are certain things maybe you can do it on your own. You know, the problem is that that's why I was saying that initially no one wants that, but sometimes certain conditions. Sometimes it will depend on the work the person is doing, his schedules and other things. So, like the other one that you were saying, if the woman is someone who is doing business and used to travel and other things, it will remain maybe the husband and the kids. So you need someone to also come and take care of it. So these things may force. So there are a lot of factors that causes people to look for a maid servant to help them. Because under normal circumstance, the servants have limits to some but what we normally see that they go to the extreme. They go to the extreme. That those things bring those negative aspects in that one. So in in as much as we have, if the servant is to come and play her role or his role as servant, I don't think there will
This
be a
is
problem.
JafriQ Radio.
But when he or she goes overboard, then that is where the problem is. So, like you were giving a classical example with respect to the man chasing his own wife's sister. Under normal circumstances, what will any logical person think about or do? Because this is more of how do we use a terminology that is like cross
Blood.
insects.
Incest, yeah.
Yes, insects. Your own wife, and you are sleeping with his her sister, another sister.
Yeah.
I think this is an insect. Like biblically is not right, ethically it's not right, culturally it's not right. Because so far as you've married her, you don't have the right to go and sleep with his or her sister.
Yeah.
Yes. Some cultures may encourage that. You know, some cultures you marry the elder sister, then they can give the second sister to you as entoso.
Yeah.
That's the Ashanti, right?
No, for Ashanti, I'm yet to.
Used to marry your uncle's
Yes,
son.
for Ashanti, I know that your cousins.
Yeah,
yes.
your cousins.
But for
yeah,
your own sister, like let's say Mama's sister is also being used as entoso to elder. No, it is not. It is not like that.
In Ashanti,
but you know, in Ashanti, those times normally we used to let those marry our cousins in order for those like the inheritance, those things to remain in the house.
That's right.
Yeah, that's why mostly. But looking at how things are going now, these things are not almost there, because sometimes we see ourselves to be more of brotherly something ahead, because presently they are changing. But those times, even the uncles even encourage their children to even marry. Yes, because for the Ashantis mostly the uncles used to take good care of their nephews. So sometimes when they give their properties and other things to them, yes, so that they will also take good care of their daughters and other things. So
but I think now it's changing.
Yes, it's changing. As things change, I have a classical example. My uncle's, one of my uncles died around 2002. Then the daughter was, that time he had given birth to a daughter. So now the daughter so my mother brought her to our family. So she's now going to nursing training. So last time when we were a little younger, let me say about 5 years or 7 years ago, the our cousin, the mother said, oh, she wished we would have married the daughter.
Oh,
yes, depending on how like we've treated so she thinks or she feels that the daughter still should remain, but we had lived with her, and there is no, that kind of attraction is not there. We see her as our normal sister and other things. So that thing even doesn't even click in our mind that these things will come and other things. So in order not to shift attention, to me, it would have been prudent for you to live alone without a servant. But servants may come in when, depending on the situation, depending on the schedule and other things, especially when you've gotten to a point that maybe you don't have to some extent. Sometimes some people invite their mothers into their family. Some even like you were saying, others invite their sisters, younger sisters, and in that aspect they don't become servants here. But I don't know whether if you are talking about someone you've taken and you've employed as the servant. Yes, in that aspect I don't encourage that, but maybe it will depend on the situation, because it has a lot of consequences that it comes along. Yes, that's why I would say there are certain men, they can't close their zip.
Exactly.
Yes. And
anything scared is okay.
Yes, anything under scared, he will chop. Yes. But the thing is that when the servant come and the servant doesn't play the role as a servant, that is where sometimes some servants come and compete with the madam there. They come and compete, and men, our eyes are something. So, but
what is something?
I mean that men have some problems. Men have problems to some extent. They may not. Some men can't control themselves. That is true. But if you have that mentality that the person is your servant, and I don't think you would like to do something with the person. But these things also exist. So in my opinion, I don't actually encourage these things. But sometimes it will depend on the situation. Yes, that is what I want to say.
Yeah, Nana said, as for maid servant is a no. Nana ya saucy. Mrs. Saucy. So Nana, why no, please? I want to know your reason why you say it's a no.
So now we have two people saying it's no, but I said yes.
Yes, and
you said it depends.
It
yes,
depends.
That is what I was also saying. I didn't make an emphatic statement here. I was talking about under normal circumstances. Yes. You need not to bring those things. Because you know what? Bringing the servant, it has a lot of him. Spiritually, yes. You may not know if you are not even spiritually strong, the person can. Sometimes when you've given birth, let's say those whose wife who work and other things, and you leave the daughter or the newborn baby. After your maternity leave, and you cannot maybe send it.
Right.
Yes, and you leave that. You don't know the spirit that is in the person.
Exactly.
You don't know. There was one thing. One American, I think, one Ugandan woman, and treated a baby in America, some like that nanny.
Yeah.
That video.
Yeah.
He was beating the baby anyhow.
I saw it and I was like, I couldn't hold it.
Yes. So if maybe she has been doing these things, had it not been the cameras that were there,
that's right.
You get to some will even maybe there is time to feed the baby because he's not. So there are a lot of things that go into it. The spiritual aspect, the physical aspect, as you know. The aspect of maybe the man's attraction to the is another aspect of it. Then the spiritual aspect, whereby maybe is the baby, the woman the maid who be feeding the baby and other things. From where we are coming from, we believe that someone can even put something in the food. From where we are coming from, and it may even be something like, how do I say it? Spiritual. I hope you understand me. So these things are this servant thing.
Well, as Eda was saying, that video I was about to talk about it. I know, it's very hard to trust people.
Yes.
As a servant, it depends on the situation. But if the servant or the maid or the houseboy doesn't do his job right, it really brings a lot of confusion. As we were saying about the video that happens, that was the second time that video came up.
Yeah.
This lady, according to source, the woman who was taking care of this, the other woman's baby, they were friends before, and she trusted that lady, and said, "Oh, that lady lost her job." You understand? So the mother of that little baby said, "Oh, you have lost your job, and I know you, so I want you to take care of my child for me." And she said, "Oh, I can be at the babysitter and everything." And then she employed her at the house. And as times goes on, after a couple months, the lady recognized that there were some
bruises on
the child. So he complaining to some friends, discussing with a friend, and so the friend was saying maybe it's the house lady who is trying to bully your child, and she said, "No, I know this woman, she can't do that."
Oh my!
And it's okay, why don't we set up a camera, a CCTV camera? So they set it up, and then the video was on her phone, so that she can also look at her 24 hours, she can see what's going on in the house. And then one day, the baby started crying, and then she's just like beating the baby just like that.
Just a child, and the way I couldn't help it. I was like, wow.
If it comes to that point,
it's very serious.
It's very serious, and it's like
very, very serious.
House helpers.
I mean, coming to help, just making the situation worse
Very
than
tough.
even helping. So I think in situations like this, I need a house help because my schedule did not permit me to, stay home and look after my children. My work schedule is so tight that it is impossible for me to, take that responsibility. What should I do? Employing somebody also has become another issue. So in this sense, what is the best way to handle situations like this?
Yeah. In the first place, this thing is really a Herculean tax.
I tell you.
Very
difficult tax. Some people may send their kids even earlier to school.
Yeah.
I for instance, I think my second daughter started.
You're
school.
talking about daycare center and that kind of thing.
Yes, she started school. I think she was a little over 4 months or 5 months or so.
Oh,
wow.
Yes. She was started school and other things. And I think that aspect is there. But in case maybe the need arises and you need to employ, like you were saying that your schedules and other things. So let's assume that maybe you have to employ the servant.
Service, yeah.
Okay. I was just checking something on the net and I realized that now the term maid servant has changed and now we call it domestic worker.
Oh, domestic worker, yes.
Domestic worker, yes. Because in those times, when you talk about servants, there is a primitive idea about it that the person is like you are being a slave.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
that's what they say, servant.
Yes, yes. But now they call it domestic worker. So even some agencies even look for domestic workers to be employed.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, a lot of Ghanaians used to travel to the Gulf countries.
Yeah.
Yes, and to go and do these domestic works and other things. Yes. But what I want to say is that now the need has arisen, depending on your conditions and the necessity. It has become necessary for you to employ the domestic worker, but you need to also do certain things so that it may keep the person. Even if that person has a wrong mentality, it can also change the person's mentality. I think in the first place, you have to make the person feel comfortable. Yes. You know, there are certain people when they may feel tensed. They may be. You should let the person feel at home.
Right.
Yes. Relax.
Right.
Yes.
The person is part of
your family.
JafriQ Radio.
Because whenever you consider the person as being part of the family. Even though they may be individual, someone and you focus baby say, oh yeah, akoko and so akoko but you still have to. But the first thing, like I'm saying, that you need to let the person feel at home, also feel that he's also part of the family.
Right.
So when there is a segregation here, and especially you consider the person as maybe he's a servant, and you let her do whatever then that is where sometimes even that person doesn't have that mentality. Those things start to develop. But when you treat the person well, you make him feel that he's also part of the family.
Yeah.
You even consider her as your firstborn. Not as biological, but you consider her. Then the person will say, this person has like good mind or thinks right about me. So whenever there is any negativity, then it may escape. Secondly, you also need to tell her your expectations. This is what I am expecting from you. This is what I will do this, I do this, but this is what I am expecting from you. So when you tell the person your expectation, definitely the person will make sure that he work within your range. But in case it's the opposite, then you can see that maybe the person has an ulterior motive. This is what these are your duties. Do this, do this, do this, do this, this. And at the end of the day, this is what I expect you to do.
Yeah.
Yes. Then another aspect is that you have to lead by example.
Exactly.
You who has employed the person, especially let me say that me as because when you employed as a domestic worker, it's the husband and the wife who are taking care of. So me as the husband, you as the wife, you need to set an example. When I as the man start to be touching the lady anyhow, at that moment the person's respect for me just slips because I'm not giving a good example. Yes, so if I give clear examples, I make sure that I show a godly life.
That's right.
I hope you understand me. If I give I show a godly life, surely there will be that kind of respect
This
there.
is JafriQ Radio.
Yes. And also you need to encourage her to communicate with you. You need to open up with the person because sometimes if you don't open up, there are certain parents or they are too rigid. There need to be that flexibility. At times you need to. I watched a program. I think it was a short skit.
Okay.
They took the man and the husband together with their daughter. They went out, like he had 3 children, then plus the servant, the domestic worker. When they went out to go and eat, the servant was sitting at a different place, and yes. So the person will feel that he's not welcome. I hope you understand. So we need to create that conducive environment and lead example. Try to communicate with the person. When communication is key. When there is communication, and if the person has any problem, he can approach you. How you live with the person will determine how the person will tell his or her situation, because he knows that I know that this thing that I'm going through, when I tell my boss, he will understand me. He will know how to handle it. But if I'm not opening up, I don't give room for communication it becomes very difficult. I think I will leave it to boss to continue.
I have a story that continues from where you're coming from. Back home, there was this house that they had we don't call them house. Domestic helper. They had this domestic helper, and this man was very, very open to the person that he was working with. And to cut everything short, one day, the domestic worker went to the market for shopping, and as they were going, he enters to some bar or something to buy maybe a pure water or whatever. And there were a discussion of 2 people, they all live in the same hood, right? And they were having a discussion. So this lady makes her ear bigger like the elephant, to listen what the conversation was. The reason why she stopped and tried to concentrate on the conversation was like she heard the name of her master in that conversation.
Okay.
And those guys are people that they don't have any connection with her master. So she stood pretending that, she's buying something. So, and listened to all the conversation. And the end of the story was that they were planning to do bad to the master. So, this girl went back home and called the master. Master, mommy, this is what I heard today in town. So what should we do? So, the man was very pleased with his helper. So they call the police and they are surround the house. And when the operation time came for those guys to do whatever they were trying to do, they get busted. They get arrested. So as you were saying, it is very important to,
have a cordial relationship.
a very
Yes.
with
close
them
relationship.
and treat them
And
well.
treat them well.
as
If
well.
not, it will be another case.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's like I have witnessed one
Okay.
in our house. Let me say, a woman came and stayed in our house, and she came with a maid servant.
Mm.
And I was like, yeah, let's say now the name has changed. She came with a domestic worker.
Domestic worker.
So that lady was, virtually do everything in the house. She cleans, she wash clothes, and when we stay, it was close to a place where they used to make charcoal. So the lady, after she has done everything, she went to that place to help those who are doing that. And then at the end of the day, they gave her some and she carried it home. So in our home, we're not buying charcoal because the lady was bringing them all the time. And this lady will go through all these things and come. If it is fufu, she will come and cook, pound, and after everything is done, all the entire house will be served with the food, and this lady who toil,
Won't chop.
she will not get her share.
Abba.
So they will say there is pepper and gari and sometimes I feel so bad that how can a human being be treated, or treating his fellow human being, the daughter of somebody like this? It was so horrible. I mean, she does everything in the house.
Then that means they don't appreciate her work at all.
And she, virtually she is the one who does everything in the house. I mean, everything. From cleaning to cooking to whatever. And after doing all these things, she doesn't have her share. So finally, I heard that the lady ran away. So when I heard that, I said, yes, she has to. Because me who was not, in a close relationship with her, like I felt so bad at that point. So I think at some point, we who are also employing the service of domestic workers, we need to, understand. The rules and regulations and what we should do. I think it's good that some people now are establishing a company that if you need a domestic worker, you contact them, and then they will also send them.
But do you know something? That's especially with agencies. The problem is those agencies they will negotiate with the person who is coming to take them, and then they will take some percentage of the huge sums of the money, and that person will be working, and maybe instead of he or she generating that amount, they will be even giving smaller part of it. A lot of things go into it. A lot of things. Some even will also make the thing juicy. That when you go, you get this, you go again, and so you have
those who they travel them outside.
Yes.
I see that one.
That expectation. So I think we are talking about these 7. That's why I'm generalizing aspect. And for Ghana,
it's all included. It's all included.
Good. So they will employ the person, and they will. Some of us, or where we coming from. Everybody majority when you hear of a brochure or everyone wants to go. That exactly. One you cannot. So when you tell the person, when you go, you get this, you get this. So it raises the person's expect. To some extent, some even had to even go and it's equally like someone traveling here. You go and borrow money and then so. But when the person gets to the place, you could see that there's something different.
Yeah.
The treatment, those people who have been traveling to the Gulf country, they really go through a lot. Last week I saw someone who was also some died, and one woman, the man he's staying with has been sleeping with her every day. He in the morning he would take a gun or knife. He said, "Open your thing and let me chop. If you don't let me chop, I will." A lot of things goes into it.
So any bright price, but chopping you just like
one woman, she was chopped. Then she wasn't even able to walk. I think he came to Old Kofi TV and other things. Yes. So the pathetic aspect. Sometimes when she's even in her menses and the man even had to sleep with. So yes. So look at this stress. Look at all these things that people had to go through.
Then it goes to the parents also. To take responsibilities of their own children.
Mommy, sometimes you know what?
It's not
their fault.
Because
it is not their fault.
The story was like,
but they try to. I mean,
they said there's job.
Go.
And then serious, so
they'll go and borrow money. Oh, Kwana, you know how we are. And then when they go, the story is different. It's all big. It's all depends on that agencies. We have all these agencies here too in Japan to get someone to help her in your house. But they are so clean. They are so faithful.
As for Japan,
but in our country, I think we have to divert this a little bit.
But these things are not even common in Ghana. Ghanaian servants. I think what we are talking about there, especially on maltreating people, is especially in the Gulf countries, the Arabian countries.
Yes. I'm talking about this African young, beautiful girls. Then they will be
traveling.
They will be called and say we have business for you in abroad.
Yes.
We're going to Kuwait. We're going to Emirates. We're going to whatever, and you become rich. Everybody wants to become rich.
I just even promise you're going to Germany, but they drop them.
If I'm not making it in my country, I'll go. And when they go, the story is totally different.
I think it's better I'm talking of the parents. If your child is interested on going to that trip, I think the parents of the child has to come in and deal with the agencies also.
It won't wait.
Do you know something? Sometimes the other aspect, it recently even the government of Ghana passed law. I don't know whether it has been law now. They were buying people from traveling to the Gulf countries for these things. They were blocking people because those traveling to Kuwait, Jordan, Saudi, and those things were the issues that were coming out of it was too. Sometimes as we are talking about the parent aspect. Sometimes the parent may be there and he doesn't have even anything.
Yes.
Let's say that the parent is living in one of my villages, and the girl has traveled to Accra. Then the mother will call, "Oh, mama, me too quiet." The mother will even be happy because he's going.
Even as Abda was saying, they will bring the contract. The contract is the same contract they will show to your daughter.
But when you go there, so it's different.
You agree to it.
Changes. You can hold the agency responsible.
It's what happened to them when it will never work.
The thing is that mostly the agencies are even at that country. Yes, maybe I am recruiting people, and I will be sending them to those people there. So it's there, those people who are there, is like them marketing what they have. So they make it juicy, they make it this, they make this. So mostly, when you are even in Ghana, you don't have a hand in it.
No.
When you get there, it's between you and your God.
Your God, yeah.
Yes. There was one thing, one lady was lashed by some of the Ghanaian guys there.
I saw that video
somebody had sex with her or so. I don't know.
I said she has he has taken a boyfriend.
Yes, different countries.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So they have to be beaten and other things. Look at all these
We were
things.
beating her.
A young girl who has her own mind and other things,
That's
but
right.
now you become restricted. I hope you understand me. So when you talk about these things, I think you can't even you can talk about it every day, and the situation.
And
still
also
exists.
coming back to, let's say,
This is
not
JafriQ
those who are
Radio.
traveling abroad,
Yes.
but the domestic helpers that we use them in our own country. For others, for example, Japan per se, you cannot talk about this because if the person doesn't need your service, he will not come and employ you. But if the person needs your service, they go strictly according to the regulations on it.
Yes.
So as for this, in Japan here,
It's not a big deal. It's not a problem.
a problem that we can even talk about it. And I think,
But we
other
can talk
nations
about it
also-
on the good side in this.
Yeah.
Try to apply it to
the other
side, you know.
Yeah, and also there are women whose let's say they come from a very rich background, a rich home, which they don't even know how to cook.
Yes.
They don't know how to sweep. They don't know how to lay their beds.
Yes.
So
Those
they go into marriage with the house help.
Yes.
Not that he has given birth and he is not having anyone
Yes.
to take care of.
You're talking
But
about the princess,
they cannot do.
the princess people.
Yes.
Yeah, that is true.
There was a lady where my friend was talking about. She was, the guy's intention was to marry that lady. And she first wanted to know her more before he proposed to her. And one day he said he invited the lady and said, can you cook something for me? The girl was, open up to him, said, bro, I have never cooked.
Wow.
Yeah.
All that I can do is awamu.
Wow.
And that awamu mpono, if you don't measure the salt for me, I don't know whether it will be over or, not enough. So if a woman like this is entering into a marriage,
Wow.
and if you are not lucky enough to get a man who will understand you
yes.
and teach you how to
Yes.
do them, I think all that you have to do is to employ a house help.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, those are the people the house help snatch their husbands from
True.
them.
Yes.
Because no man will ever see you sitting down there watching the maidservant to lay the bed.
If she has laid it, then she
I mean,
has
she
to
has
come
to
and
enjoy.
he has to come and sleep on it.
So there are certain areas. It's a no-go zone.
Yes.
Even if the domestic helper or worker is helping you, taking care of your children, taking the nanny's job, and also house cleaning, it is not appropriate to let that person, especially the female, to work on your bed.
Yes. That one.
As for that one, I am talking to every married woman. Please, it's a no-go zone for your house help or your domestic worker to lay your bed, your matrimonial bed. If you don't want trouble, please do it by yourself.
Yeah.
But laying a bed is not a big thing, huh? Is it?
Is it?
Laying the
bed is supposed to be the responsibility of the wife, because it's them that sleeps on it.
That's right.
Logically,
I don't see the difficult aspect of it.
You don't see the
Why
difficult
can't
aspect.
a woman or a human?
No, that.
No. I say, why can't a human being, or let's say, human being, it can be a man, it can be a woman, lay his or her own bed that will sleep.
Sleep. It happens a lot.
Hey!
You have not married or
Those things that there are certain
This is JafriQ
women,
Radio.
I don't know whether in quote they are lazy also. I don't know how to say it. When they pick up servants, the servants does everything.
Yeah.
Even
But even
Is that-
Japan here is there. There are certain women, they don't do anything at their house. Others, even when they eat, they cannot even wash their bowls.
but
They
washing
leave
your bowl is okay.
everything-
But
They
futon-
leave everything in the
Japanese
house.
woman,
Oh,
futon.
sometimes they show it on TV.
Futon.
I don't know whether
Really?
Yes,
She cannot lay her own futon.
with everything in the house. Even it's
Wow.
like gomi, and they just employ the gomi people to come and
Yeah,
just-
that one is different.
I don't know whether those people
Yeah,
have
that
the
one is
right
different.
sense,
Yeah,
of-
yeah, that one
but
is
they
different.
would call it they are very busy.
Yeah,
So
that
they
one.
have
Yeah,
no time
yeah,
to
yeah. Okay,
do
okay.
everything. Yeah, it's there, but as for that one,
Yeah.
it is not the worker of domestic or the domestic workers.
Yeah,
job.
that one is.
But we have some people who,
Mm.
I mean, I don't know whether they are not brought up in that manner to, do your own thing or clean your own bed. Others have, you can find women, prominent women who holds higher positions, but they couldn't do all these things.
Abba.
Yes.
I remember when we were
You
little.
know, the laying of the bed is not something difficult. But that is from my perspective. But sometimes, like I was saying, maybe it's about laziness. That is-
Laziness, yeah.
Yes, then they leave them to do, they go into the bedroom, go and do this. Sometimes, when you watch certain films, some of the servants, the attire they will wear even into the person's bedroom to go.
Ah,
and-
yes.
Yes.
And how they
That
will
one is
even bow
dangerous.
down and
Yes.
and men, as soon as they see
Hey,
something
man,
happens.
man.
Yes.
Men.
They are not like
Men.
women who can, just control
Mommy,
or have control.
You are pushing everything into men, but there are some too. The women also have some problems with these things. The men also do some of these things. Men are servants to some extent. The servants, the woman even feels that the husband cannot even satisfy him well,
So
and
they go for
the servants will be, when you watch movies and other things, some servants or some house domestic workers, they've been sleeping with the wives
whilst the women has husbands.
yes, they have their husband. The other we are talking about, but some movies or some because of the work schedule of the men, sometimes they will come and reach home in the late and other things, so it means that the servant is always available. So whenever the woman needs anything, it's the servant who is there, who will be helping and other things. So sometimes it gives opportunity for
them to
yes,
also enjoy their madams.
the madam there. So those things are there. Some too, maybe their husband are weaker in terms of doing the job. So sometimes those men, those servants who are there, that's it for them. So like we are saying, this servant issue, it's a broader topic. You can take it from a different aspect.
Yes,
You can take it
is.
from the servant aspect, what he does, what is or she supposed to do,
Yeah, the
and what
responsibility.
the responsibility, what the employer, okay, let me say the employer, what is supposed, especially you can take the woman aspect of it as a separate aspect, you can take the men aspect as a different, and even the children that they will be coming to take care of, that one too is another issue.
That's right.
So the servant issue here.
It's very tough.
It's very, very
very
tough.
tough. Very
As we have already said, if you happens to, employ a service of them, it means that you should know all these things and also play your cards very well
Yes.
and let them feel at home.
Yes.
And to feel how it is. So if care must not be taken, you could see that she is your house help, but at the same time your rival.
The rival.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. You really need to understand each other, and you really need to have that communication skills.
right.
Yes, they communicate.
You know,
yes.
to a very, very, very high level, because you are going to leave your home for that person. You know, I pay my rent, but I just go to work and come back. I live in my house, let's say, only 6 hours or 10 hours, but the remaining hours is the helper who is in the house.
That's right.
So you have to be real. You, the boss, you know, have to come down and get closer
That's
to
right.
your worker, as we're talking about, and that will really help you from all these
Exactly.
problems. That's
right.
what I think, because there's a lot of experience or like stories that had happened.
A lot.
And,
A lot.
The bottom
Others
line.
connive with even bad people
Yes.
to come and rob the
Yes,
family.
yes.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of things happening, but we have others who are also God-fearing and very
Yes.
good people.
As the one I was telling you.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
And
They're
I have
very,
another
very
story.
good.
I think
Very,
this
very
story, my younger brothers have already announced it on TV. That's what I can also do that.
Oh, okay.
35 years ago
Oh,
in
okay.
Ghana.
Hmm.
No, more than that. Yeah, okay, let's make 35 years ago in Ghana. The reason why my sister and the whole family came to Japan
Oh, okay.
was that we were robbed at Medina.
Mm.
One day, was like 2 a.m. in the morning when these armed robbers came to attack us at Medina. And it was a guy that we employed in the house. And he went to Nima and arranged that thing because he did something wrong and my sister get angry to him. And he said, "Oh, you're trained, I'll be home."
Oh.
That particular day, night, we were attacked. And it's only God that's I'm alive, my family, everybody's alive. And after all this robbery and during the investigation,
shows that
the guy that they caught, one guy couldn't run. They caught him trying to tell the story. And at the end of the day, we knew that the source of the robbery was by that Achacha. He's Achacha. And still that guy is alive in Medina, Sisia Bikase.
Wow.
The other day I called home and I asked of him. And I said, "Hey,
wow.
when I know that's what you say." Nyamin Shirano.
Yes. So you see, all these things happens, and we have those ones who are also very good.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, what we are saying is that if you consider all these things and you think it's necessary
Yes.
or you are in need of it, then you have to know the consequences attached
Yes.
to it. And also considering all these things too, you have to also, treat them very well in order for them not to cause much problem for you. Initially we were talking of employing, if it is difficult, then it's good to employ the service of your family member.
Yeah.
And there too we discussed and
That
see
one
that
also have another.
it also have another implications on it which are not
But
good.
but logically, like you were saying, I don't see the logic behind or what a person supposed to have, like your own sisters, your like your wife's younger sister, then you sleep.
happens.
Yeah, it happens. I'm not condemning that.
Yeah,
I think,
there was even-
but these things shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
it shouldn't happen.
In the normal world, those things need, but the world that we are living in, because especially when some people have taken their younger sisters to their marriage and they've lived successfully. Yes, but some too. But the issue that you are talking about, when especially there has sometimes, like you were saying, that the person saying, "If you tell my wife, I will kill you," and all that things. I think when you are confronted in this situation, it's something not easy.
Yeah.
But to me,
Continuous
continuous sleep,
years.
to some extent someone will say that maybe the lady too, maybe she enjoys
at some
it.
point
Yes, she enjoys it. That's why she can't even
No,
say.
maybe she was afraid of because threatening you
for
with your
7
life.
years for 4 abortions.
Hey, but all the time, maybe every day before he entered the palace, you say, I'll kill him.
No. I mean,
And
she
then the
said
fifth
at
time-
first she ran back home and she
You know,
couldn't say anything to them because
Yes.
and it's also the mother and father,
Sat
chase
her
her
back.
out to go to the sister because they know that the sister has been a blessing
Blessing
to
to
their
them.
family.
Wow.
So she should go and submit to the
Yes.
sister.
Yes, some people may try not to even say it because they know that if they say it, it may
It's
even
of
collapse
no
the
value. Yeah.
marriage. In such situations, I
But
think
now that the pregnancy has set in, and now you have come out openly to say it to the whole world to know. I mean, isn't it so helpful to your
it's
sister?
so hurtful. I think, but under normal circumstances, it's supposed to be
Yes.
if the person start to make advances. I think the best thing is to tell your sister that this is what your husband is doing.
And
Tell
if
him
you're old enough to
because-
hire a room
yes,
and just leave the
the
house and
house.
stay
Yes,
there.
because when he start to make that advances and he makes it one day, he will not stop.
Yes.
Because under normal circumstance, someone will say that when it's not the first time, now you have become pregnant. Now people will even start to blame you because they will say that you enjoy it.
Yes,
that's
a
why.
lot of
that's what we're
comments
just
that
saying.
came.
That's why
Yes,
now it
that's-
has gotten to pregnancy.
That's right.
If you don't enjoy it or you
Four-time
yes,
abortion.
yes, 4 times abortion.
Plus one currently in your
stomach.
which is
Uh-huh.
5.
But one question. Does the sister have a child with the husband?
As for that
They
one,
didn't say it.
she didn't say it.
Because in our culture, it's another musuo. Bema bakwa for
Yes,
obeying
and
the
that's
children.
why I was saying it's
Yeah,
incest.
insects.
Yes, the same family
Insects.
that has yes. That one is not.
Musuo is what? Insect.
No,
No,
the
muso
muso
is-
is taboo, right?
They are
Uh-huh.
taboo,
Yeah, it's taboo.
abomination.
It's
and
taboo,
that
your
kind of-
abomination. Yes.
Yes.
But what is that insect?
Instead, like maybe
Having-
a sister and
Yeah.
your own
Oh.
brother. Like, let me say that you having sex with your sister.
Abunai.
That is cross. Or
Or
daughter.
your
good.
daughter. It
Or
happens.
daughter. Yes.
Yes, at some point in
Yes,
Ghana, we
mhm.
saw a lot of
Yes,
people
that is
doing
incest.
that.
That is the same
It's
blood
very, very-
crossing. You know, those things are there. People do that. Even some men have been sleeping with their daughters. Some have
As
been.
for that one,
those
it's-
things are. Some
I
have
mean,
been.
That one.
I read a book or I
really,
heard
really
a story.
serious.
Someone even did that and even impregnated the daughter. Yes,
Jesus.
those things are
That
there.
is.
It's that one.
Abomination.
It's abomination to the highest level.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
want to also say that treat the servant or the person with respect.
Yeah,
The
solution
respect is
rights
that yes,
of
be
these
kind to her.
Yeah.
Kindness is very important. Ensure that the maid or the servant is not overworked. Obi, as mommy was saying,
Yes.
you
Yeah,
work
yeah,
hard and
Oh
even
my
not get
God.
some to even chop.
Yeah, that one
You
too.
work
That's what that
hard.
one.
Yes.
I-
Someone will treat them like the donkey. You
Yes.
see, the donkey works
24 hours
yes,
with no rest.
Yes, you take it to farm, then you put a lot of load on it, then it will carry it. At the end of the day, it not have anything. Then show compassion to the person. And I used to say that you need to have that compassion. They will call something empathy. That is having that strong feeling.
That's
You
right.
feel for the
For the
person.
person.
If you are in
Person.
that person's
Shoes.
shoes, how
If
will
your
you?
daughter
Yeah, if your daughter or son
has been
is to,
in that
yes,
position.
yes.
And
Communication
somebody-
is
yes.
important. You need to also let the person trust you.
Ah.
Yes, because if you don't let the person trust you, especially when you're supposed to pay the person, this is the amount I'm supposed to give to you. You've employed the person. Then another day, when the time is due, give it to the person. When you not come and say, "Oh, I will not pay you," I will not. Then that trust begin to erode. So that's why I would say that you need to build that respect. Then you need to also appreciate the person. The person will be working and you don't even there are things
Can't do
because yes
food.
there are things we call tangible and non-tangible. The tangible things may be things that you may give, maybe gifts
Presents.
and other things. The non-tangible ones may be a form of oral appreciation.
Yes.
Why
That's
are
right.
you?
Oh.
What you are doing is good. And the person who cook is
Soon as you do that,
what did they mention?
just-
Those things are also there.
yeah,
So we
sometimes the way even we approach things, though and it's so salty,
Okay,
you
yes.
can even correct. You've done well, but
Yes.
So the
salt
way you
is
talk to
so-
the person,
yeah, so much. So next time, try and limit the salt. You see the person. Oh my! But
yes.
you just shouting. I mean, at the end of the day, no, you just I think what should I say? The confidence, you diminish the confidence in that person, and yeah.
You know something? The if you are not careful, the maid servant, you can sign your death warrant with them.
Oh yes,
Oh, yes.
because they cook for you.
For you. So in one
They
day
do
they
everything.
can wipe off the whole
The
family.
whole family.
So that's why we were saying that you need to
You know
do
what?
these things.
It happens in Japan like 4 years ago.
Oh,
There was
wow.
this rich man that all the time in his bag, he holds about, let's say, 2 million yen every day. And there was this helper that comes to her house. And as you were saying, there was a poison in the food. And he died. And I think it's still under investigation. The house girl or the housewoman or the helper is trying to say it's the girlfriend of the man that killed the man. And the girlfriend of the man also saying it is the food that the helper brought. And after the guy eat, and after a couple 2-3 hours watching TV, he collapsed. So it's, as you said, is your life is guaranteed by these people.
Exactly.
So I was just reading something here. It said you have to talk with your domestic helper to flame the issues and understand that person's profession, as you will not want her or talk to her about issues which is not like which have come in between you and the person, and do your best to solve the problem every day. If there's a problem today, don't say we're gonna solve it tomorrow, but you try and solve it the same day, because we are all human.
Yeah.
We understand each other, so it's better you talk at the same day and conclude everything. Then you're gonna keep it and keep it and keep it, and then it will escalate and escalate and escalate, and then it will
Maybe
lead
others
into bad.
also want to put the fear on the domestic household. I mean, at first we call them maid servants, so we think, oh, he's my servant and I can do whatever I want with, even those that you've bought.
This is JafriQ Radio.
You cannot treat them. They also have their rights to also protect. So I think it is better, as we have
Your
talked
producer
about.
is angry.
All right. So I think our time is up, and our engineer it's just looking at the time. So viewers, I think we will end up here, and we'll continue next week. So
a
we
very
thank
interesting
you
topic.
so very much, JafriQ radio viewers, Home Sweet Home viewers. We do appreciate your good work, and I hope we will come on your way next week. Next week, are we coming? Because we'll be on Christmas holidays.
Oh, yeah.
No,
It's a Christmas.
we've-
It's a New Year holiday.
Yeah, New Year
So
holiday.
we will announce later.
So I think maybe if we will come, we will inform you. If not, we will also let you know. But we do appreciate what you've been doing for us, sharing and also listening to us. So, thank you so much. This is your favorite program, Home Sweet Home. me, Abena Poma, as your host. And I have my boss, who is the executive producer, Nanayao Pop. You can call him POP, Popcorn. And we have our ultimate producer, and you can call him Diamond Prince. He is POD. And I have my able engineer.
You're saying time is up.
Yeah, he's in the person of Mr. Clemsy. He's so angry with us because, I mean, maybe he feels sleepy. I don't know. Okay, so viewers will come on your way next week. And after this program, we have Hour of Divine Inspiration by Pastor Edu Jemfi. So I will entreat you to wait and have a very good, spiritual stand as you listen to our daddy. Until we meet again, we say sayonara.
Bye-bye.
Hi guys, you are watching JafriQ Radio. I am Abba from Ethiopia. JafriQ Radio ni የተመለከታችሁ ነው ይመቻችሁ። አበበ ነኝ ከኢትዮጵያ።
Ekaro, Ekason, Ekale. Orúkọ tèmi ni Ọmọdọ́lá Oyèyẹmí, ọmọ bíbí ìlú Ìbàdàn. JafriQ Radio lẹ́ ń wò yìí o, ẹ múra sí i, ṣe púpọ̀.